Hey guys, so yeah, I wanted to come on here and first of all, I'm hoping you're having a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. I know a lot of people are still popping off things around here. If you hear anything in the background, that would be them. They sound like they've stopped right now because, you're not supposed to pop off anything after the 4th, but if you have an unlimited supply or you have illegals, if you will, like M80s and all that in your possession, of course you're going to tempt you can attempt fate, if you will, and launch them off. And as you can tell in the 4th of July video I put up yesterday, um, from Thursday, you can tell when we were lighting off our fireworks, you can tell that there were some illegals going off in the background and everything. As a matter of fact, on Thursday before we left, like a little before we left, we felt this big old boom, and it was our neighbors across the street doing it. And so, so yeah, they were even setting them off even today, during the day and everything. But what we did on Thursday, of course, like we do every year, is we went to my older sister's in Patterson, and we had fun. It was, usually we will barbecue, and we kind of did. My brother-in-law, my older sister's husband, um, he uh, he barbecued some oysters that he gets at a meat shop somewhere in Modesto. So he barbecued some oysters, and me and my other brother-in-law, my middle sister's husband, and basically my third oldest nephew and my niece's fiance. We kind of had oysters, mostly all ate them and everything. Had a couple of shots of Jose Cuervo, the clear tequila, not the brown one. Uh, I think the brown one's a little bit more stronger. Well, not the brown. I shouldn't say brown one. I should say golden like hue, golden like version, golden color, golden brown color, if you will, of Jose Cuervo. We didn't have that. We had the clear one. I bought that, and I bought some Coors Light as well. And what I also wore was a tank top you've seen before. It's my Budweiser American tank top. I actually had that in my, in my closet. Well, not this closet, but the closet in the guest room, if you will. That kind of serves like my secondary room, but it's more, guest room wise and everything. That's where my third oldest nephew is going to be staying the week. Myself and my older sister and potentially my niece will be out of town. And the week we're going out of town, mostly to see my dad in Kansas, will be the week of my birthday. So I'll be spending my birthday out there, and then probably doing something when I come back with family here. But anyway, though, long story short, he barbecued, like I said, he barbecued oysters. We had some things to drink, Coors, Simply Spiked, the lemonade version, Blue Moons, Coors Light, had Jose Cuervo's. Uh, my middle sister brought some. I'm trying to think of the name now. She brought some tequila as well. It was Petro or Pretro, something like that. She brought that. So we had a good time. My second oldest nephew, he had to work, but thankfully he didn't have to work too long. I think they realized nobody was going to show up, or things were slow, or nobody was doing anything. To like, okay, just go home if you want, and he did, which is crazy because he left about I think 3 to go to work, and then he came back a little after 9. So he has to go to Fremont to the Tesla warehouse in Fremont. So he went there and worked, and he came back. His my niece's fiance and my mom, they went in the truck to go get my second oldest nephew's girlfriend from where she was at, and then her friend came over as well later on. So we all had a good time. We all had fun and everything. Um, true. Just like with any families during the 4th of July, especially when there's a little bit of liquor involved, there was some misunderstandings. And not going to say any more than that, but there was some misunderstandings, especially as we were all heading home at the end after we did all the fireworks. Um, but yeah, it was a good time. We, like I said, the only thing we barbecued was oysters because everybody else went and bought stuff. My older sister bought some sandwiches from the Save Mart in Patterson, had them cut up, one of those party trays, if you will. Me and my mom took a couple of those home last night. My mom and I went to Save Mart and bought some, 20, bought a 24 piece mixed box of chicken, fresh and everything. Um, what was crazy is that originally she was going to get one variety of it or a different kind of 24 piece or something like that. And then she saw, oh, the mixed pieces are ready to go. And this was basically about 30 minutes, 35 minutes after we had, my mom had placed the order because she didn't call it in. She was recommended to call it in, and she didn't do that. So basically, she ordered them right then and there. And then we went and shopped a little bit, got the things we needed for the party, and and some stuff we needed here at home. And we also got like, you know, a couple of 12 packs of soda because they had a sale for like um, buy two get the third one free, or buy two get three free, or something like that. I can't remember. So we did that, and like I said, after we did all that, before we checked out, we went and we went and basically checked on the chicken. And like I said, the first batch of it came out, and my mom's like, "Well, I don't want to wait any longer." She's just like, "Okay, I'll just go and get the mixed version instead of what she initially wanted to get." So that's what we did. Um, my older sister surprisingly had told us that she was still getting the house together and everything when my mom called her. So it's like my mom was a little bit early, but heck, it's been so hot as of late, going into the 110s, the 111s, and all that. The only thing that's keeping it down, I think, is a little bit of the breeze we get. But it's been very hot. Like it's been like in the 108s, 109s, 110s at most. It's supposed to keep doing that, throughout the week. Should be up until Tuesday. So so it's just one of those situations where my mom's like, you know what, we're just gonna leave the house early, and go down there and shop and get the fireworks, and then go to your sister's house, and that was about it. And we went, and what's crazy is this is the latest, as far as I know, that we've ever gotten fireworks, because we usually try to get the fireworks the day before or 2 days before, if we get the opportunity. For me though, I had to wait, till about this time frame, or at least the day before, mainly because of the fact that my money, I had to basically transfer my money electronically. That's what I had to do. Because what happened, as I've alluded to before in a vlog, what happened is that I got charged unnecessarily by Netflix $38.47. And I'm thinking, what is this? So I had to report it, and what that did is it caused my original bank card, to shut down. So they had to send me another one, so I couldn't really have access to my money or anything. But the only money I would have later on is my unemployment. And again, because I didn't have access or anything until the next day, when ironically on the first of this month I did get the new card from my bank. I couldn't go and transfer it like I wanted to early in the morning when it was cooler. So I just said, what, screw it. I'm just gonna transfer it electronically, and that's what I did. Um, but uh, but yeah, because of that, I had to wait a little bit. I could have got the fireworks here in town, with with the um, with the TNT. What is it? They call them tents, right? Or the TNT booth, whatever. Set up in front of the Yancey's lumber yard, lumber store, if you will, a hardware store. I could have done them there, but my older sister had told me, hey, they got this, or told me and my mom, they got this thing 20% off in front of Save Mart. So we decided, okay, we'll kill two birds with one stone. We'll do Save Mart, and then we'll do the fireworks. Now, we didn't get the big ones like we normally would because, of course, my money was going because of bills, and, I helped contribute with groceries here at home and help get the beer and I got the beer and the tequila and some Zoas and toothpaste for myself. Um, so it was just a situation to where my money was running low. And of course, with other bills coming in and being automatically retracted, it's like, yeah, I got to be a little bit more careful, going forward. But anyway, we got some fireworks, and it was 20% off. And the way this worked, it wasn't, and the way it worked was, it wasn't 20% off each item. No, it was 20% off your order. So if your order was like 100, it'd be 80. If your order was something like 90, it'd be 70. If it was 80, it'd be 60, and so on. So, so we did that. We got some fireworks and everything. And mainly, a lot of people. Mainly, what's crazy is most of our family didn't get the big, things like they used to, because financially, even though we could probably afford them, we have to watch our money. Especially with my sister, going out and wanting to, going out to see my dad, and taking myself and others with her. And then, of course, my second oldest sister, my middle sister, not working right now because, she has some body spasms going on. Because, as we get older, you get those kind of things. So it was just one of those situations to where we just like, we just basically said, okay, we're going to hold back, not do anything, and go from there. But yeah, it was one of those kind of, but yeah, it was one of those kind of situations to where, it was a nice fourth and everything, but, it wasn't, as prominent as it used to be, if you will. It wasn't as prominent as it used to be because, a lot of things change and all that. So it was, but overall, it was a good fourth. And like I said, at the end, though, we had some blow ups and everything, but nothing too, nothing too bad. It's just, again, when you have people drink and everything, things happen, and that's about it. And then, of course, you know, when you have a near 4-year old, watching the fireworks, of course, with any kids, and I say this with all due respect, around that age range, if not a little older, if not younger, they get very stimulated. They get very stimulated with what they see and get overly excited, and they want to take part. They want to take part in everything. So you got to keep an eye on them too. But outside of that, outside of that, me and my family had a good time together, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. So, yeah, outside, but yeah, besides that, just a good fourth. Again, good fourth, mostly positive. You know, we, people, when I mean, it's one of those holidays. I'm trying to find the right word to say here. It's one of those holidays when you have just a little too much to drink at times. You can, not, your thinking gets a little bit impaired. So you got to be careful about what you say, about what you do. You got to keep an eye on things and everything. So, stuff like that. What was surprising is my nephew, my second oldest nephew, he's going to be, I think, 21 this year, I believe. Yeah, he's going to be 21 this year in December. He went to the liquor store, actually the gas station, the Valero gas station, and he ended up buying, apparently, and somebody, I guess, I guess because their family goes there a lot, they know him. So without questioning, they allowed him to buy a big old buzzball, as they call it, big old buzzball, which is the chili mango flavor. I didn't try it, but yeah, him and his girlfriend and her friend tried it, and I think my brother-in-law, my older sister's husband, tried it. So yeah, everybody, like I said, had a little something here and there, but nothing too bad. Judgment gets a little impaired, but you shake it off later on because deep down and God knows that you don't really mean to say the things you say or act the way you do. It's just one of the because God understands. He understands whether anybody would agree with that or not. That you know he understands that we need to let we're allowed to let loose once in a while, and even if it's against his wishes and everything, that he understands. Look, they're allowed to let loose once in a while, just have a little fun, but not to abuse it. And sometimes I wouldn't say that we abuse, but the overdoingness of it can sometimes cause you to be impaired. But outside of that, though, like I said, outside of that, that was a good fourth, and mostly all positive, not much negative, at least until the end. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say any more than that, because it was again, it was one of those situations to where, like I said, we act and say things we don't mean to say and do and act like, because our judgment, based on what we drink and consume, gets a little unbalanced. So my advice basically is to do what I, and I'm sure a lot of others do. If you're gonna have a shot of tequila, whether it's Jose Cuervo or whatever, or Buzzball, and you're gonna have some beer and all that, my suggestion, of course, is make sure you got food in you. Eat some food in between before you consume alcohol, in between consuming it, and even after you eat. Like what I'm trying to say is before you consume alcohol, in between, when you eat, when you're drinking as well, and then, and even after you consume more food, or even afterwards, you kind of get like a before, in between, and after kind of situation. Is make sure you always have something in you, and also make sure you always have like a bottle of soda, or I wouldn't say soda, but a bottle of water mainly, with you, so that way you can kind of dilute the alcohol a little bit, because that does help out. And also, my advice: make sure that before you leave or after you get back home, if you have it on you, get some Advil or ibuprofen in your system. Recommended wise. By the directions. You know, take two of those or one of them. So that way you don't wake up with a hangover or a bad feeling the next day. But outside of that, like I said, everything was good. Everything was positive, and everything. Great time with family, and that's all I'm really gonna say. I hope again you guys all have a safe and happy Fourth of July weekend, because I know people are still going to be setting them off. Like I said, I'm surprised some people have not done it. They did it a little before I started this recording, but I'm surprised they haven't done it since, because I think again, the Newman police, and I say it with all due respect to all the other police, all the other town and city police stations out there. But basically, the Newman police are one of those kind of police outlets and stations that are on it. They are like, yeah, you pull crap like this post 4th of July or something like that, we're gonna know. So outside of those things possibly happening, which again hasn't happened since I recorded and since I started this recording. Um, you know, Outside of that, that, it's been a good. I hope it's been a good fourth. It's been a really good fourth and everything. So I do apologize if I seem and look a little tired and everything. Of course, we got in late last night. I was up all day yesterday along with my mom. So because it was hot, she wanted to water her lawns and everything before it really got bad. So she's feeling it. I felt it. I mean, earlier, like back around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, I took a nap and I didn't wake up until almost 8 o'clock or something like that, because I was tired. I was just feeling it and everything, and I still feel it. I still feel it, honestly, and so does my mom. You can tell. You can tell. Oh, I'm not going to show you, but you can tell living, going through that kind of stuff yourself, that yeah, it takes its toll on you. It does take you toll, and you don't feel. You don't feel like yourself a little bit until the next day. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, outside of that, again, can't say any more than that. Um, but yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below. Let me know how your 4th of July went and everything, and if you kind of went through similar scenarios, with a little, a little fun, if you quote unquote, kind of quote unquote fun, if you know what I mean. Let me know if you kind of had a little bit of that kind of fun, during the 4th of July and everything. And yeah, can't really say any more than that. Again, just wanted to do this little post 4th of July vlog for you on this now Saturday, July 6th. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Check out my Teespring store. The link is in the description, as well as check out the other outlets where you can find my content as well. I will say this about the 4th. It's one of those situations to where it gives me the opportunity to update my computer, and then just let it do its thing, and then and start using it later on. And that's what I did yesterday. We left, and I set my computer to update, and it updated while I was gone. And as soon as I got back, I went to the update and shut down option instead of update and restart. I let it do its update, and then afterwards it shut down for the night. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to turn it back on. I'm going to let it rest because maybe that's what it needed. And then I turned it back on yesterday morning after I woke up, and let it go through its routine. I let it go through its routine to rebuild itself and everything. And after it did its routine, it's been working fine since. But I've also decided, you know what? I'm not going to let it do its update for another month. So I paused the updates almost to when my mom goes back to work. That's what I did. So so yeah, that's how long I've paused the updates, because honestly, I'm getting sick and tired of you know of these of these programs, these softwares like Windows and Linux and Mac and all that. Not letting not giving you notification of, hey, we're going to do an update, or hey, we're going to get ready to do a virus scan, or hey, we're doing a mini update right now in the background. Please don't use your computer, or something like that. Kind of advise you don't use your computer for a bit, while we do this. Because if they would do that, at least, in my opinion, if they do that, at least, hey, I'd understand. I think we would all understand, and we would just, back off and let it do its thing while we, take that time to do something else. But yeah, that's what the fourth allowed me to do as well, and it's been working fine since then. But again, let me know what your thoughts are, though. Outside of that, how was your fourth and everything? How did you spend it? Again, I do apologize if I sound and look a little out of it and everything. And then it's been one of those holidays where basically even into the next day you feel it, you still feel it. So let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Again, check out my Teespring store. Link is in the description, as well as links to my other outlets where you can find my content. And until then, I am out.